Dawn of the first day. 72 hours remain. The quickest way to the canyon is through the east gate. Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Today I actually have something completely different planned. It is going to be Cycle 8. However, this is going to be, in comparison to all the other ones, by far the shortest one. Because this one is actually going to involve all of the loose ends we still have going around. Most notably, the Bank Loyalty Program event. As you may remember, we have been working on this one ever since the very first cycle. Or technically the second one, because the first one we're still working on the first event. But the second one, we actually needed the giant wallet. Officially you don't need it, but with the giant wallet we now actually have a very good way to efficiently grind for rupees. So we can finally check off this very long ongoing event. Bank Loyalty Program, step 1, as you may remember. We got the adult wallet for depositing 200 rupees in the bank. However, as you can see, the quest is not completed yet. There is also a second step. And that second one actually requires us to deposit 5,000 rupees. A whole freaking lot more. So much more in fact that we're not even halfway there yet. Even though I have been depositing my rupees at the end of every single cycle. However, that is not the only thing I've planned for today. Doing just one event will be a little bit too weird. There's a couple of things that are actually related to this event. And those I will also cover during Cycle 8. For the first one, we are going to want to talk to Andrew's grandmother again. We've seen her a couple of times by now. However, after today, we'll be finally able to take care of her events. Because last time I showed off, she has a couple of stories she can tell. A couple of very boring stories where you will easily fall asleep. So normally you would think she's actually only there to be a way to skip ahead in time, just like your Song of Double Time or the Scarecrows are, for instance. However, there's actually more to these stories. Currently there's actually nothing we can do about it, but at least allow me to show you off how it normally works. She has two stories for us, as you can see. The Carnival of Time and the Four Giants. One of them actually takes 2 hours and the other one the entire day. And the moment you actually start listening to one of them, you will quickly find out, after a couple of lines, the screen will black out and you will have fallen asleep. And there is nothing you can do about it. Oh, are you awake? I guess that story was a little too boring for Tortoise, wasn't it? Don't give up. Try again sometime. Yeah, this event, no matter what we try, if we try to listen to the story, we will fall asleep. And she will not accept that. But there is definitely an event involved here, as you can see. So we'll be back here later, once we actually have a way to stay awake. Which we currently clearly don't have. But that is how this event normally works. We can still use it to skip ahead in time, but nothing more than that. So, now it's actually time to start talking about that rupee grinding business. Now that we have the giant wallet, we can finally efficiently grind for rupees, so we can quickly take care of depositing 5,000 rupees in the bank. However, it is going to be very risky to do it this way, so allow me to also show you off another aspect involving this. I do need some money for that, because it's going to cost me. Let's finally start talking about what I'm planning to do. For this, we are going to want to go towards the Milk Road. As you may remember, I've pointed this out earlier. There is a giant bird flying around here. A very unique and remarkable bird. And this guy is going to be our target when it comes to getting a lot of money. However, let's first talk about the risk that is involved with this guy. As you can see, he will start going for us. Normally you would say just fight him, hit him with your sword or something like that. However, him charging for us is not there for nothing. As you can see, he can actually knock rupees out of us. He can steal our stuff. And rupees is not the only thing it can steal. It can become even worse. As you can see, he can even steal your sword. It's not the only thing he can steal. He can steal pretty much every item. And the moment he does, there's nothing you can do about it. No matter how you attack him, he will always dodge everything and fly towards Clock Town. And he will be gone. And now our B button is completely useless. We have lost our sword. But of course there is a solution for this problem. If one of your items gets stolen, one of your key items, if you start stealing just rupees or arrows, you're not going to be bothered by it too much. However, if he starts stealing key items like your sword or empty bottles or anything like that, you're going to want to solve it like this. Okay, we are here. Let's skip ahead in time, because it's not going to be open now, of course. The magic number is 10 PM. Night of the first day. 56 hours remain. Yeah, folks, we return to the Curiosity Shop. The place we have been to quite a number of times already. And even this is actually something that ends up here. Oh yeah, of course. Welcome! We've got the goods tonight. They came through good channels. Hey, this looks familiar. You don't have a sword, buddy. At this price, this one is a steal. Really? A steal? You bought back the gilded sword that was stolen from you. From now on, be more aware of birds when you're strolling down the road. Hey, I did that on purpose. But anyway, as you can see, if that giant bird actually steals something from you, you can buy it back here for 50 rupees. So you don't have to worry about losing any of your key items indefinitely. It will always end up here. And not too expensive, so... And those are the risks when you start fighting this giant bird. However, we're not completely done with the Curiosity Shop quite yet. There's actually another event involving this guy. However, for that... Oh, hey girls, I got my sword back! Hey, I wanted to show off my sword. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, need to go to North Clock Town. There is actually another event involving the Curiosity Shop. However, for that one, we are going to want to actually initiate another event. Otherwise we can't do it. And that event actually is the Bump Business Step 1. As you may remember, saving the old lady. Who at midnight on the first day enters North Clock Town and gets stolen from by Seikon. Which will actually end up with the bump bag being on display in the Curiosity Shop on day 3. However, what will happen if we make sure the bump bag cannot appear there? Saving this old lady, and therefore not giving Seikon the chance to sell it to the Curiosity Shop, we can actually make something else appear on display there. Okay, here he is again. When it comes to the cafe quest, you actually want this guy to steal this bag. But this time we don't want you to steal it. You will find out why later. Okay, before we start grinding for rupees, because yeah, it's finally going to happen. A lot of distractions, I know, but all of these other things also need to be covered, I think. Before we start working on that, there is actually something we need to take care of first. Okay, time goes slow again, so I have all the time in the world for my rupee grinding in a minute. But before we do, we actually want to pay a visit to the milk bar first. As you may remember from Cycle 6, where we learned the existence of Chateau Romani, giving infinite magic. And I don't have enough rupees, dang it. It costs 200 rupees, so I'll get that from the bank quickly. Okay, let's try this again. Chateau Romani, the most powerful potion in this game, and you can buy it here. Make sure you wear your mask, talk to the bartender, go for the option have a drink, and you will find out you can actually buy two types of milk. The regular one, which will just heal 5 hearts, and the most powerful potion in this game for 200 rupees. Chateau Romani. Infinite magic. Yeah, infinite magic is something we want in this case. So let's drink it up. Bottoms up, everybody. Okay, we are ready. Preparations complete. Now let's finally go check off bank loyalty program. By far the most tedious side quest in this game. Now let's go show how to make this easy. Because 5,000 rupees sounds like a whole lot, and it is a whole lot, but there is an easy way to get money quickly in this game. And now that we have infinite magic and the giant wallet available to us, this is the perfect time to do it. Let's go return to this giant bird. We know the risks that are involved with this guy, but now let's go show off what we are going to do. First of all, you're going to get out of my way, otherwise you're going to get annoying. And now let's go start attacking you. With infinite magic we can use magic arrows all we want. We don't have to care about running out of magic, just running out of arrows, but those are easily filled up with by cutting some grass. Arrows are very common to find as spoils, so... But anyway, with magic arrows you can actually pretty quickly take this guy out, using around 5 or 6 hits, and he is dead. And why do we want him dead? Because he always drops a huge rupee. 200 rupees for killing a single enemy. That is definitely a very good way to grind for money. And to make it even better, we can simply go into Milk Road and out of Milk Road again to very quickly respawn this guy. As you can see, he's already back again. And to make it even better, we can defeat him again for another huge rupee. He will always drop a huge rupee. No matter how many times you defeat him. No matter how many times you respawn him in the same cycle, he will always drop 200 rupees for you. Okay, and the moment you have defeated him twice, you can actually choose to defeat him a third time, or you can actually go to North Termina Field for another way to get 100 rupees quickly. Because if you go defeat him a third time, you can only carry 100 additional rupees. 500 is the max we can carry. So we basically lose 100 rupees if you grab another huge rupee. And therefore I have come up with another solution. During the daytime there's actually the dongos running around here. But even if it's nighttime it's not too bad, because there is the dongos in this grotto, as you may remember. One of the heart piece caves here in Termina Field. And with the Goron mask it's actually really easy taking the dongos out, because only 3 punches is enough to defeat these guys. So as you can clearly see, they can fall pretty quickly. And the dongos are also a pretty efficient way to get money, because they always drop a purple rupee worth 50 rupees. So you only have to defeat 2 of them for a quick 100 rupees. And that is going to be our way to grind for rupees. Defeat the giant bird twice for 400 rupees, and then defeat 2 the dongos for an additional 100 for a quick 500 rupees. And then it's only a matter of returning to the bank and putting it all in. Here you go, sir. 500 rupees for you. Immediately putting me over 2,000 rupees. And that is going to be our way to grind to 5,000 rupees in a pretty quick time. Because even if you start with your bank account still at 0 rupees, it only takes 10 trips this way in order to get up to 5,000. So it's just a matter of rinse and repeat. And since I've started at 1500 rupees already, it's only going to take me 7 trips of this. Which I will of course cut out for the most part. Now that you know what I'm going to do, it's a simple matter of repeating the process until we reach 5,000. So, see you folks in a minute. Come on. Stupid L targeting. Okay, there we go. It's the only time I have to defeat you this time around, because I only have to go for 300 rupees. So let's go to the dongos quickly, and that should be enough. Okay, there we go. Oh, oops. Didn't want to hit you yet. The spike roll does not do a whole lot of damage, so even if you hit him with your spike roll, you still need to punch him 3 times. Okay, one more. Oh, did it again. Not the first time that happened. Come on. Okay, there we go. As you can clearly see, it didn't take a whole lot of time. We're still in the middle of the day of the second day, so it was very quickly taken care of. Only 7 trips. Like I promised, a very quick and efficient way to get the 5,000 rupees very quickly. It is done. Let's go put in this final bit of money and overflow our bank account. Because 5,000 is actually the maximum you can carry. And with this, we will reach that. Alright, little guy. Now I've got a total of 5,000 rupees from you. What's this? You've already saved up 5,000 rupees? Well, little guy, I can't take any more deposits. Sorry. This is all I can give you. Piece of heart. This was all for a piece of heart. The most tedious side quest in this game. But it is done. You got another special gift from the bank. Okay, and now that we have the maximum in our bank account, let's go spend that money. Or at least a part of it. Like I promised, the giant wallet is actually also required for something else. Now that we're able to actually carry around 500 rupees, we can actually spend those 500 rupees. It is time to take a look at the most expensive item in this game. Because there is actually something in this game that will cost 500 rupees. However, make sure the bomb lady is saved, because otherwise this item won't appear. And where will it appear? Well, I already gave that away, here in the curiosity shop. If you save the old lady, and therefore make sure the bomb bag is not displayed in the final day. Oh, I love what you're doing with your leg there, Link. But anyway, weird clippings aside. The moment the man from the curiosity shop is not able to display the bomb bag on the final day, he will actually have something else. You might say that he wants to sell something, so... Oh, this is even more interesting. Oh, camera work can be so interesting sometimes. But anyway, let's go to 10 PM on the final day. Because this time he will have something else on display. Night of the final day. 8 hours remain. This guy became desperate, you might say. He didn't want to have an empty store, an empty bargain. So he got something from his stock, you might say. Something he normally wouldn't plan to sell. But now, this is actually on display. You gotta look around. I'm doing a special sale. Check it out. Tonight's bargain is the all-night mask for use at bedtime. I forgot when this was made, but it surely is a freaky mask. See? When you put it on, you can try to fall asleep, but you won't be able to. Pretty creepy, huh? Okay, and yeah, you guessed it. This mask costs 500 rupees. That's the whole reason why I didn't try to do this earlier. Giant wallet required. But we've got the all-night mask. Apparently this mask won't let you drift off to sleep, even if you want to. A very obscure event, because of it being hidden behind the bomb business. But still, this is how you buy a weird mask. Okay, and that is all. And the use of this mask is also not very hard to guess. That's the whole reason why I pointed out Anju's grandmother at the beginning of this cycle. The moment we wear this mask, and the moment we wear it, we can definitely see why this is called so creepy. But the moment we wear this mask, we are unable to fall asleep. So Anju's grandmother's boring stories are now a prey for us. We do need to go back in time quickly, because Anju's grandmother is long gone by this point. So let's reset to the first day quickly, so we can also take care of that quest. Now we can stay awake. Hi Anju, I'm here to see Grandma. I can listen to her stories now. Okay, let's not run into the wall. The door's over here. Okay. The stories that she tells are no longer a way to pass time. Now we can actually listen to them. Oh, Tortoise, did you finish helping Father? Then let Mother read you a story. Now, which story would you like to hear? Let's get started with the first one. The Carnival of Time. The Carnival of Time, is it? The Carnival is almost here, so it's good for you to learn its meaning. It's a little long, but I'll read it with some enthusiasm. And I'll do it with my normal voice if you don't mind. The Carnival of Time. Each year, the season of harmony begins when the sun and moon are in alignment. Paying homage to the way that both nature and time are tirelessly in the process of progressing. The Carnival of Time is when the people of the four worlds celebrate that harmony and request fruitfulness for the year. For ages, people have worn masks resembling the giants who are the gods of the four worlds. Now, it has become a custom for each person to bring a handmade mask to the Carnival of Time. It is said that if a couple unites on the day of the festival and dedicates a mask as a sign of their union, it will bring luck. The centerpiece of the carnival is the clock tower. On the eve of all the festivities, the door to its roof is opened. From atop the clock tower roof, a ceremony to call the gods is held, and an ancient song is sung. All of these festivities for the Carnival of Time are held so that we may ask the gods for a rich harvest in the year to come. You did a good job. That is all for Tortoise. Now, when does the clock tower roof open? Oh, you're trying to find out if I was paying attention? On the eve of the festival. You did a good job remembering. That's the boy I'm proud of. I'll give you some candy as a prize. And this is also for a piece of heart. We got schooled in the history of the carnival. You were praised by the old woman. And we also immediately learned some background context. Because normally I really don't understand why you would fall asleep in a story like this, because it was pretty interesting. Learning how the carnival got into existence, how it's basically just a harvest fest actually. Trying to praise the four gods and hoping for a good harvest. all interesting stuff to learn. But that is not all that is here. She also has a second story. So let's go show that one off. And this one's even longer. No matter when you listen it will always last until the next morning. The Four Giants. This is quite long, but it's a good story for you to hear, so I'll read it with some extra gusto. Ahem. The Four Giants. This tale's from long ago, when all the people weren't separated into four worlds like they are now. In those times, all the people lived together, and the four giants lived among them. On the day of the festival that celebrates the harvest, the giants spoke to the people. We have chosen to guard the people while we sleep. 100 steps north, 100 steps south, 100 steps east, and 100 steps west. Should you ever have need of us, should the mountain blizzard trap you, or the ocean swallow you up, call out to us, loud and clear. We shall hear your cry. Now then, there was one who was shocked and saddened by all this. A little imp. The imp was a friend of the giants since before they had created the four worlds. Why must you leave? Why do you not stay? The childhood friend felt neglected, so he spread his anger across the four worlds. Repeatedly, he wronged all the people there. Overwhelmed with misfortune, the people sang the song of prayer to the giants who lived in each of the four compass directions. The giants heard their cry and responded with a roar. Oh imp, we are the protectors of the people. You have caused the people pain. Oh imp, leave these four worlds, otherwise we shall tear you apart. The imp was frightened and saddened. He had lost his old friends. The imp returned to the heavens, and harmony was restored to the four worlds. And the people rejoiced, and they worshipped the giants of the four worlds like gods, and they lived happily ever after. Interesting. Good job. Wasn't that fun, Tortoise? Now, what did the people do to call the giants? And this is where the game will try to trick you. Normally you would think, just give the right answer, and she will give you a heart piece. However, the game is going to be mean here, and you actually need to say you don't know the answer here, because that will actually give you a heart piece here. Very tricky, very tricky. But trust me, you're going to want to say, I don't know. Oh, really? But you listened hard, so mother is happy. I'll give you some candy as your prize. We get a heart piece because we tried to listen. Or in my case, I was pretending not to pay attention here. Termina Mythology. We listened to a fairy tale and we pretended we didn't know the answer. But okay, this is also some pretty interesting background context. Talking how the four giants are actually the protectors of this world. And how they were a friend with an imp. Skull Kid, anyone? There's definitely some resemblance here. And we remember the third giant we actually saved also talking about save our friend. Definitely some very interesting context here. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. Cycle 8, I did promise you it would be the shortest one, because this one was pretty much tying up loose ends, you might say. But this is all I have for you today. 4 events have been taken care of, the 4 final events we couldn't do earlier. So all that is left is business in the canyon. All the events there. And of course, the main quest there. The next dungeon and the final giant that we need to save. And that is going to happen in cycle 9. The final cycle of Majora's Mask. Because I can already give away everything I still have planned for you is going to happen during cycle 9. So now that all of the other events, most of all the bank loyalty program, are taken care of here, we can solely focus on everything related to the canyon. Only one more cycle to go, and this game will be done. Thanks for watching, And see you folks next time. Treecks out.